Clara Oswin Oswald, probably one of the more diverse companions. Her character arc is like a totally new person each series. Her story arc has been known to be quite confusing to some people, and in the past there have been claims that she didn't even have one. But I think that's wrong, and that's why today I'm going to explain how she did have an arc that was actually slowly established over her time on the show. And we're going to start off by looking at her arc in the Spells of St. John, and then continue all the way through to every episode right until Hellbent. We won't be doing every episode in detail, but we'll be touching on almost every single one. So let's start and talk off about what Clara's arc actually is. Clara's story is that she is meant to be becoming more and more like the Doctor, until eventually she becomes too much like him, resulting in her giving her own life. In the Bells of St. John, we see how Clara is always watching the Doctor, always following his lead, not really making any of her own too crucial decisions that contribute to saving the day too much and playing a part in the story, but just kind of watching him and learning. Then, in just one episode later, she has made her first step into her story arc. After watching the Doctor throughout the entire episode before, this time she starts to take matters into her own hands. She jumps on a speeder bike and helps save the day, albeit still with the Doctor, but nonetheless, she has contributed to saving the day, unlike her previous story, and is taking one step forward. Next up is Cold War, where Clara again does the same thing. She takes another step forward. She contributes to saving the day and progressing the story, but still with the 11th Doctor. However, this time, he isn't actually right by her side like he was in the Rings of Akaten. He is instead a little further on and whispering in her ear. The next story is where things really take a big step forward. In Hyde, Clara saves the Doctor. She doesn't just save the day, but she literally saves the Doctor. She saves the last of the Time Lords. So let's just do a little recap. So recapping so far, in Bells of St. John, she is watching the Doctor. In Rings of Akaten, she saves the day with him. Cold War, she helped save the day with him, but not too close to his side. And now in Hyde, she is independently saving the Doctor. For the rest of the series, obviously Series 7, she continues to spread her wings and continue of her arc of becoming her own version of the Doctor, more independent. Now let's take a look at Series 8. This time we're starting off with Deep Breath. Now, of course, she isn't going to be the mainly independent one saving the day, because the show is still about the Doctor, and it's literally called Doctor Who, and obviously this is his first episode, so he has to have kind of one of the biggest parts in moving the story and rounding it up. But in the rest of Series 8, she does kind of subtly continue changing episode by episode. She makes decisions to kind of, choose TARDIS life over her home life. She stands up to the Cybermen, and indeed the Master, now obviously as Missy. And she even has an entire episode where she literally has to be the Doctor. And the Doctor even says that, she does a good job. So that's kind of Series 8. Moving on to Series 9, we see obviously the most dramatic changes since Series 7B. She now not only has completely just left and abandoned her home life behind, but has also left her Earth life behind. And there is no reason for her to go back to Earth. She has now many independent tasks, such as saving the Vikings on the spaceship, help stand up to the evil Zygon mastermind Bonnie, and again having to kind of act as the Doctor figure in Before the Flood, because obviously he's not there right with her. Then for the Series 9 finale, we see Clara take her final step in her arc, as she gives her own life to save another. She then stands up against the Time Lords and even gets her own faulty TARDIS, completing it all. So, to sum everything up, in Series 7, Clara goes from watching the Doctor to joining him, close by his side and becoming slightly more independent. Then in Series 8, she is far more independent and often actually split up from the Doctor, and she also gets to make decisions about her own life and how she would have to act as a Doctor, like in episodes such as Flatline and Kill the Moon. And then, of course, for her last series, she is fully independent and detached from any Earth and kind of human life, and gives up her own life in the end for another, just as the Doctor would do. And that is Clara's arc, all the way from the Bells of St. John to kind of Hellbent. So, thanks for watching. This video was written a very long time ago and just hasn't come out for a while, so I don't know why. Thanks for watching, Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a lovely day, evening, or wherever you are in the world, and bye bye.